I finally caved in and bought some Cerrgaons last night. This better be worth it. Check out my page on TCG Play or drop me a tip on Ko-Fi to help me recover from that financial decision. So what's up everyone, and welcome to a video that I've been waiting to record for the last week ever since the reveal that this would be a thing was announced. Because today, we got a very special news stream, very special new deck release, and it's something that I can't record without a certain somebody. Coney, come here, you want a piece? I swear to God if this video doesn't get 10,000 views now. It was finally time for the Dog Tamer deck! Way back in the day, like literally what, set 2, and then it got remade in movie at some point. We had a card, a Coney, and a couple of Dog Tamers. Freaking waifu tier right there. Love me some redheads, but I am dog person. We are get dog. Oh, you just okay? Thank you. Just share my doggy. Her name Coney. And we finally have a freaking Dog Tamer deck encounter. Oh my god, I can't wait. Let's freaking go. Okay, bye bye. So without further ado, let's dive on into everyone's least favorite social media platform, because we legally have to do this on Cyrus's today. We legally have to do this with Cyrus. Starter, no one cares. Unless I'm about to read a card that says, this thing matters in soul. I'm using Wigglebrave, shut up. Rule number 1 of Keter. Unless it matters, I will use the goodest boy. For the first card that matters, we have Houndrazer Izumi, the grade 1 for Rideline, who says that when it is rode upon by grade 2, I'm assuming, look at top 7 of your deck, choose up to 1 high beast from among them, call them the rear guard, and shuffle your deck. So, we have a deck in right there. This stands for specifically high beasts, which are basically doggos, which is Cerrgaon. We're gonna break right here for Cerrgaon, just because I'm about to say this for 20 bajillion times. This good boy is like one of the Keter pile cards. It's a grade 1 that becomes a 13k if you have field and you nuke it after it boosts the battle in order to check your top 2, add 1 to hand, then put the other one scry. You scry as a Keter. This is a card I've been avoiding for so long just because Leo binds stuff, Graham Grace cares about back row center, so you don't really care about that stuff, and I just pretend like it doesn't matter for MLB because we got other stuff. But yeah, I mean, this is a high beast deck. Cerrgaon is the high beast, unfortunately. Sorry, market. Then he's got a rear guard skill. When he's boosted by a high beast, he gets +2. Okay, you're probably never going to have these out on the field outside of Rideline, but it is good to see that he is a 10k attacker if needed, because all your high beasts are probably going to be in boost position, which means that they are going to be grade 1 8ks. 18k line, his numbers. Moving on to the grade 2 for the Rideline, we have Hakuren. Who's, oh my god. Is me? No, way too young. I feel like I'm going to have to get a hat when I play this deck. Hold on. We got the Coney hat, because rest in peace Coney Island and also Coney Island. When rode upon by the girl, look at top 7, once again choose a unit for Houndrazer in its card name. Okay, so that's the archetype. Reveal it, put it in hand, shuffle deck. If you did not reveal it, call this and soul charge 1. I love this part so much. It always sucks when you whiff on your top 7 searches or your top searches in general. So having a recovery that not only calls itself out, but replaces itself in soul, fantastic. That said, it does not look for doggos, it looks for more of the archetype, so we'll have to see if the archetype matters. You have to run the full ride line just for the sake of the grade 1 mattering. Hey, what do you do on rear guard? Because it is a rear guard circle skill. When it's boosted by a high beast, choose a high beast normal unit from your drop zone, put it on the bottom of the deck. Okay, right there. Cerrgaon just tripled in the fact that you now are able to put that Cerrgaon back in deck. I love it. This might be a card that you run multiple copies of. One of those weird ride lines that like you could actually max out if you need to, just because of this. We'll have to see like how much the deck is able to call out high beasts, but that is free Cerrgaon recursion and other high beast stuff. I'm just gonna check some high beasts real quick. Just gonna check grade 1 high beasts. Looking at some puppies, cats, and birds. Or is there anything that's useful? I mean, that's a high beast. I don't know if it's gonna matter because you might be calling the grade 2 out of soul, but that's a high beast. Our carbuncle, or freaking call from top 5, 20k shield, that's good. I guess that's viable if we play the full counter package. We'll have to see if the deck plays orders, but counterblast 1, call from drop, give it +5. Field Swarm's always good. It's always nice to have recursion. Yeah, Cerrgaon. The answer is Cerrgaon. But we do have 2 other options besides Cerrgaon. Okay, back to Cyrus. But of course, the deck's nothing without his main grade 3, so let's take a look at Houndrazer. Owie. Oh, her name's Blue. I'm wearing blue today. With this freaking adorable, almost Akane waifu tier card. Check cute, I just prefer long red ponytail, that's cuter. We got 2 effects here, 3 effects, some number of effects. There's a lot of text on this card. First of all, Vanguard, all your back row high beasts get plus 5k, also during your opponent's turn. This 3 turns mean 13k boost everywhere / 18k Cerrgaon, yay. Vanguard, once per turn, costs Soul Blast 2, search your deck for up to 1 high beast! Jump when I call! Okay, yeah, we absolutely max out the grade 2 in the ride line. She calls a high beast out of deck for Soul Blast 2. That says Soul Blast 2 is going to eat up half your ride line. Not sure if that means we could run the Carbuncle. None of the high beasts I just mentioned cost Soul, so you should be fine on running all of them, but we're going to need a Soul Charger. We're going to need a Soul Charger to use this multiple times, because otherwise 1, 2, 3 is your ride line, so 1 is out. As soon as you Persona Ride, you can do it again. Then you have to Persona Ride 2 more times to do it again, so we will need to find Soul Charge in order to do this consecutive turns, but call a card out of deck, always good, especially one that just like call anything shuffles. And once again, the ride line grade 2 shuffles those cards from drops them back to deck. Have fun. Alright, on to the main skill. Active once per turn, cost counter blast 1. Choose one of your grade 1 or less high beasts in the back row center column. Hold on, what? Back row center. That means that you don't want to boost Vanguard. That means that it's going to do something to give you a 4th attack probably. Until end of turn, this unit can't attack from the back row, and it gets at the end of the battle that is attacked. Stand this unit and cannot attack until the turn. So you attack with the back row unit first, then you attack boosted her. I guess that's how that reads. Okay. This is already like, oh god, this is Grand Grace. Is this Grand Grace? Is this a better Grand Grace? Well, I have to get a drive check to be Grand Grace, but this might have gone full circle. Those of you guys know me for a while know that my first big Keter decks was actually Grand Grace, the card that's literally Keter Magnolia, and it gives your back row center a attack with a drive check. So more text here. And if your opponent's grade 3 or greater, perform drive checks on the battles the unit attack. This is a Grand Grace. This is Grand Grace. New Days 2 coming out soon. This is Grand Grace. Oh my god, this is Grand Grace that calls high beast and does stuff with high beast. This is Grand Grace that works with Cerrgaon. You have 50 cards. You have JP. Who wants to hook me up with the clan set? I don't even care what the rest of this deck does. We have freaking Grand Grace with Recursion. I love this. And it's for high beast. It's for doggers. This is the Coney deck. I love this. Okay, really good. Let's take a look at the support cards, I guess. But yeah, like I said, right here we have basically a main card that is able to power up your back row, search for said back row, and give said back row the ability to multi-attack. So literally Grand Grace, and you get a third drive check from it. So I wonder, I'm gonna need a ruling on how this part of the effect stacks, the whole gaining drive check and then the restand thing. Because if you run, say, red overtrigger, the one that gives you the ability to stand something and give an extra attack, will that counteract that? If you attack with that back row unit first, you drive check, hit the OT on your drive check, restand your guy and have it attack again. Does it now still have a drive check for a second attack? And then after that, is it able to stand once again because of this ability? I feel like it can, just because the whole Varga Drag Veda situation where if you hit the Drag Veda first, but like you have to counter blast preemptively or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. Just counter blast activated. I don't know. You pay the cost, question mark judges, do you hit the OT and then stand your guy and then have the ability to get a second drive check for 4 drive checks on turn. Still fantastic card though. Let us look at the support because of course we do have 4 other cards. I agree, Cyrus. I agree, Cyrus. I agree, Cyrus. Did he literally... He made like 4 different puts for Aoi. This is Cyrus' waifu officially. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying Best Girl has existed literally since the beginning of the game. Bushy, please. If there's a god, this deck is going to give us a freaking encounter for Akane. Alright, support dog number 1 is a little puppo doing its best Wingle Brave impression. We got Regaon, who has 2 abilities. First of all, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Houndrazer, this gets the following. Okay, so it's 1 effect, I guess. You can just say that part. Continuous back row center during the battle that's attacked. If your opponent would call cards to Guardian Circle, they cannot call unless they call 2 or more at the same time. If this is the second battle where I've covered in like 2 weeks, Battle Dog. This is actually really good here though, just because the whole drive check thing. It's effectively a 13k with drive check that has to be worth at least 2 cards. Battle is really effective if you hit like the exact number, that way your opponent has to waste more shield than they normally need to. And the fact that this thing has a drive check means that your opponent's gonna be worried about 23. 28 is typically a trigger, so like if they want to hard guard this thing, they're gonna have to drop a trigger and any other card, or a perfect guard and any other card. So that's like 2-3 cards out of hand for no reason at all, minimum. Then other effects, Guardian Circle gets +5 shield. Wait, it was still back row center though. No, okay, these are 2 different effects that both matter for you being a Houndrazer. I was about to say, back row center, this thing gets +5 shield, what, question mark? I don't remember Aoi giving your things intercepts. You have either a 10k shield or 13k attacker that has Baldor. Not bad, I think the Baldor part's more important here. I mean, it can't be Border Collies, it's not a Border Collie, so it doesn't matter, but it's got a sword and some cool wing armor. We like it. His name's Regaon. Then our other dog is this one, Melgaon. I like your ears. Your ears are better. Melgaon, I'm drawing this thing with a melon on his head, has 2 actual effects. First of all, when placed on rear guard, if your Houndrazer either soul charge or energy charge 1. There we go. There we go. I was talking about how you need soul for Aoi. This is how you get your souls, or energy charge. I mean, we haven't seen anything yet that uses energy. He might, or maybe one of the next 2 cards, but so far so good on energy consumption in this deck. You just do basically whatever with it. I assume that one of these last few cards is gonna actually get energy blast to do stuff, but as far as I'm concerned, this is just on place, soul charge, make Aoi better. Back row rear guard, which is a time you're not gonna place in the front row outside turn 1. If your Vanguard's Houndrazer, it gets +5. Okay, so stacks up with Aoi. She is basically an 18k puppo. And if this unit is back row center, there we go. It's gonna get +10 until +5. Okay, so if this thing is selected by Aoi, it becomes a 23k essentially, getting +10 off this skill, +5 off Aoi. And that 23k has a drive check, which once again, scary numbers. This hits potentially a 33 on its own outside of Overtrigger, which is a minimum 2 card guard if you think about it that way. Just because the biggest trigger right now, outside of the special heals, is basically a 33k guard, and that's gonna tie him hitting a trigger. If they want to no pass it, over trigger pass it, they will once again have to drop either a perfect guard or at least 2 cards out of hand. This makes me immediately say that the Baldor I just talked about doesn't matter, but I guess if you do it this way, you just always have a Baldor. Oh no, they heal him somewhere. That's fine, we got the Baldor. Oh no, they killed the Baldor. Oh, that's fine, bring him out. That's good. I like this. The soul charge actually helps out a lot. Not gonna lie. I'm just not sure why the plus power actually matters on your opponent's turn, because your opponent's not gonna be able to typically attack the back row. Unless like maybe Vermilion or Mermaid Vermilion. Moving on, we still got one more. Bark, bark, woof, woof. No, yeah, I agree, Cyrus, I agree. This cutie is Houndrazer Mishiro, a grade 2 unit, which is our first non-doggo outside the ride line, and she has 2 different effects. First of all, we're going to start from the bottom. Once per turn, rear guard circle. When this unit attacks while boosted by the high beast, because of course you are. Soul charge 1. More soul charge, more soul. This is slowly turning into dark state. What do you do when you soul charge? If your opponent's grade 3 or greater and you have 2 or more back row high beasts, this gets +10 until in a battle. Okay. The reliance on it being, on your opponent being grade 3, of course, makes it so can't do anything until then. It's just normal 10k attacker that soul charges. But hey, 28k when your opponent's grade 3. And let's not forget the Aoi power-ups for the doggos, so you're gonna have another +5k on top of this. 33k is nothing to sneeze at. Once again, we keep on talking about the shield numbers in this deck. Ignoring everything else, looking at a turn with just a Vanguard column and this, we essentially have 2 out of hand for the grade 1 attack, probably a perfect guard out of hand for the Vanguard, and then for this 33k, if they don't hit any triggers, that's 2 more. So at minimum, for doing nothing else, for reading nothing else, we're looking at ripping 6 cards out of your opponent's hand every single turn. So I can see us being very aggressive. Oh, and that's not strict at all, so you can start your soul charge on turn 2. I like it. I like the aggro. What does your first skill do? I completely skipped over the first one. When placed on rear guard, if you have a Houndrazer, costs counterblast 1. Check your top 7. Choose a grade 1 or less high beast. Call it the rear guard. If you're not called, counter charge. It's another copy of the grade 1 from the ride line. Yo, dude. Like, the more I look at this, I don't know if our ride line actually matters. Comment down below generic header ride lines, because I feel like the best one you do is just the Alden grade 1 into question mark, maybe a maple. This essentially is the same thing as the grade 1 on ride for the ride line, which means effectively between those 2 cards. Oh god, actually, yes. You ride your grade 2, grade 1 search top 7, call this, search top 7. You've effectively, for the cost of a counterblast, look for 2 cards, made a field, and if you whiff on either one of those, you refund the cost. good. By the way, this thing actually is like a 28k booster, aggressive. Okay, I like. What's the last card here? I am excited by everything I've read so far. We have one last card. It's the Houndrazer. It's the Houndrazer Seishin. Grade 3, okay. Do we run Overtrigger? I haven't seen a reason to run Counter Overtrigger yet because of the function of the deck. Red OT might be decent, but front row all of your high beasts on rear guard get intercept and you can intercept from the back row. Remember that one that got +5 shield? You don't give shield at those, so you just saying your back row can intercept. But hey, the grade 2 from the red line once again. Cycle them back to deck. Good. Now your drop zone don't matter. Good. Are there any high beast triggers? There's high beast triggers. This is Dire Dolls all over again. You can just field triggers and not care because they're gonna get power from your skills and they're gonna get the ability to intercept from hand. Okay. Rear guard once per turn. When this unit attacks while boosted by a high beast, of course it will. If you Vanguard the Houndrazer, of course it will. This gets +5, of course it will. And your opponent's grade 3 or greater cost energy blast. There's your energy blast. There's your only energy for the entire deck. What's it do? Gets a crit. Sure. Why not? This deck was already insanely aggressive. Like, we're getting power everywhere. We're calling cards out of everything, so every skill is basically free. Now he gets a crit as well. We just talked about ripping cards out of your opponent's hand. Now he gets a crit as well. Holy. What is the weakness to the deck? Control, I guess. No, because you keep on calling cards out of the deck. I love it. We are the dogs. Coney, you want a treat? Coney's get a treat in the outro. That's gonna be your outro. You're gonna see Coney getting treats. So effectively, we're gonna just do a little roll call real quick. We have a grade 3 that lets you call cards out of the deck, power up those cards, and give one of those cards the ability to attack from the back row like a Grand Grace. We have call cards out of the deck and also shuffle them back into the deck from drop zone when they're somehow retired. You have a top 7 search which refunds itself. You have Battle Door Dog that has extra shield. You have a energy or soul charger that gets a big booty. We have a big booty that lets you once again search your top 7 and also gets bigger sometimes because why not? And also helps you refund costs. You get a big critty boy that actually lets all of your back row intercept because why not? And we get that's all I guess. That's all the cards that we actually get, but they're really good. You're looking effectively at a deck that is able to consistently look through your deck to call more cards, cycle those cards back, and give those cards the ability to like attack, get drive checks, get crits, get shield, anything you want to get. So that is the doggo deck. What do you guys think? Hold on, we're getting Coney treats. Go to camera number 4. How much does Cerrgaon just skyrocket from this? And will the deck actually be playable in a storm of divine skills and drives or whatever? I think so. I feel like it's a very aggressive and consistent deck, and it's very counter without needing to be counterpile, outside of a specific counterpile card, and I absolutely love it. Freaking dog deck. Come here, dog. Coney, want a treat? I get a treat for you. Look at the bacon today. Here's doggy bacon. Come here. Good calm. Want to show off YouTube? High five. Good girl. There you go. So as always, thank you guys for watching. If you are new here, make sure to leave a little subscribe button, comment, all that fun stuff. Like I said, to help me refund those Cerrgaons and help me afford to probably pick up this clan set and anything else in the future, be sure to check out my page on TCG Play where I sell my own card game stuff, or drop me a tip on Ko-Fi, which is basically just another Patreon. But until Bushy Road reveals something else out of the set, because my god, why did we just back-to-back get this Leo support? I remember last week's for Levidress and Lescafel. That's how much I am hyped for these guys. Always embrace the infinite.